Hello guys, I'll be introducing you guys to what a stack is today. So let's start off with the basics. So as I told you, a stack is really helpful in finding a solution to our rat in a maze problem. Other than that, stack has many other applications. It's one of the most important data structures. So let's just continue. So basically a stack has four functions or four operations which can be performed on it. First of all, how a stack works is on the principle of first in, last out. So any element you enter first will be the last one to come out of your stack. So this is the basic structure of your stack, and it has four operations: push, pop, top, and empty. So starting with push. So push is an operation used to push an element into the stack. So once you push an element into the stack, it will come and drop in over here. Next operation is pop. Pop is used to take an element out of the stack, which basically gives an element at the top of the stack. And this function top over here is used to find out what is the topmost element without popping the element. And empty is to find out whether the stack is empty or not. So let us start off with the first function. First one is push. So I'm pushing 24 over here. So once I push 24, it goes to the bottom of the stack. It is saved over here. Another thing is that now my top of the stack points to 24 over here. So if I give my top command, it will give me 24 as the answer. The next function is push 22. So if I push, now I can push another number 22 into the stack, and this will point to the top of my stack. Now as seen, the stack has two elements, and the last element I had entered was 22. So now if I give a pop command, the last element would be the one to go out first. So this is to obey the principle of FILO, first in, last out. So let's see what happens when we enter the pop command. So once we enter the pop command, over here as seen over here, now 22 is out and the top of my stack points to 24. So there's only one element left and the pop operation has performed perfectly. And one more thing is that if you try popping an element when there are no elements in the stack, it will give me an exception or an error. So guys, keep a look for that. Now I'll be telling you guys how to use the stack present in your STL library. For the beginning, you guys will have to build your own stack using arrays or linked lists to understand the concepts of a stack. Whereas in competitive programming, you really don't need to do that because it will take you a lot of time to build your stack and then use it. So you can just use the stack which is present in your STL library. So let's see how that works. How to do that? Just type include stack. Stack is the name of your library. Now let's try using this. So one more thing you guys will have to remember is, because stack is a class, you guys will have to access its functions through an object of stack. So first of all, I'll make an object of stack, and because I want to use my stack for variables of the type integer, I'll be typing integer. You guys can type char or anything, float, double, etc. So I'll be naming my stack as S. First I'll be pushing an element into the stack, maybe 26. Now I'll be pushing another element 22. Now let's check what the top of the stack points to. It should be pointing to 22 because that was the last element I entered. So let's see how that works. I'm going to enter a dot over here. So let's see how this works. Yep, that's working perfect. Now let's pop an element and see what's going to happen. So I'm going to pop from my stack now, and now let's see what the top of my element, top of my stack points to. It should be pointing to 26 because now as I've popped an element, so 22 would have come out of my stack, so it should be pointing to 26. So yeah, it points to 26. Now let's pop another element and see what the stack would look like. I'm popping an element and checking if the stack is empty. So I'll output if the stack is empty. See how this works. sorry, the function is empty, not is empty. So let's check how this works out. It should be giving me a 1 because 1 indicates true in Boolean. So the stack is empty as I popped out both 22 and 26, so it gives me a 1. So this was the basics of a stack, and this is what pre-knowledge we required to solve the rat in a maze problem. In the next video, I'll be telling you guys how to solve the rat in a maze problem using the stack. So thank you.